Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions, and before we go ahead and get started with today's main focus in today's video, I just wanted to do a quick little recap on the day. $314, my biggest miss of opportunity was on DWT. Although I didn't hit my daily goal yesterday, I hit a little bit over $1,500, nearly $1,600 profit. So within 2 days of trading, I'm up nearly $2,000. But what I wanted to talk about today is, if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group, you would have seen my call out on /CL as soon as it received that huge push up and it became super overbought. I kept everyone up to date when DWT began to push. And one of the things that I just did not feel comfortable enough doing today was holding DWT. And this is where I see this to be a big missed opportunity, because I saw the potential, but I didn't take action because I simply did not feel comfortable. /CL had a huge push up. I did not expect that, as I don't think many people did. But because of that push, it caused /CL to become super overbought. As it became overbought, it began to consolidate and indicate signs of resistance. That empowered me to focus on DWT. Once I began to see signs of a reversal, I got in at an average purchase price of $539 and ended up exiting at $540 because I saw it consolidate for too long. So altogether, it ended up working and playing out according to plan. I missed out on about 1.5%. I probably would have not even held that long. Probably would have sold that right around 545 as we're approaching that SMA line. But altogether, it kind of just sucks when you see an opportunity, you call it out, and everyone agrees, right? But then you just cannot commit to it. I just did not feel comfortable with it. I saw it consolidate too much, and I saw how bullish crude oil was all pre-market session. And because of that, again, like we said multiple times before, I'd rather be safe than sorry. And again, that's why I decided to close that position on DWT. I didn't take a red trade today, but I definitely did not have a very green day altogether. So let's go ahead and get started with today's main focus. So today is part one out of a 3-part series. We connected with Colton, who's in the Tempe, Arizona area. We're going to be educating him from the very basics to actually walking him through on how to determine what a car is worth, helping him buy his first flip, and then also assisting him through the selling process and being able to capture this from start to finish. So again, this is going to be a 3-part series. I really hope that you guys are excited. He's going to be pulling up real soon. So let's go ahead and get started.
What up, what up?
What's up?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
What's up, dude?
What's up, man?
What's up, how you doing? Nice to see you. So we have Colton here. We're gonna go ahead and start off with the very basics of just talking about 3 main principles when it comes down to being able to determine the car's value. So let's go ahead and get started.
Have you ever bought and resold a car before?
Not personally, but I worked in the kind of industry.
So you're kind of familiar. Did you sell used mostly, or did you sell new?
Both.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like
both of
that.
them, yeah.
Okay, so one thing that I wanted to ask was,
For the first car that you wanted to maybe like invest in,
Yeah.
what price range did you want to stay within?
Like $1,000, $1,500.
A grand, 1,500. Okay,
Yeah,
so
cool.
we can definitely start out with. We'll do like 1,000. So I think that would be ideal, because I think a lot of people
Can relate
anything,
to
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the other things that I also remember talking about is that you wanted to get into trading, right? So I think this would allow you, like, when you're first getting started, and especially because I feel like when it comes down to learning how to day trade, there's a much larger learning curve. So a goal that I would kind of have with this is that I see there to be a higher and quicker success rate when it comes down to being able to buy and resell a car. So therefore, if we can actually take the profits that you make from one of your flips and then be able to fund your brokerage account and then only use that, then it's only capital that you actually made of profit that you have that you're learning with day trading. So I think that's kind of like the best of both worlds, where you're learning how to ensure that you get good deals for cars, but on top of that, you're using the profits to actually fund your trading account.
Absolutely.
Now, one of the things that I think we should take into consideration is what cars fall under that category.
so when you're dealing with this, we want to make sure that we find high volume, reliable cars, if we're doing it strictly for the profit or mostly for the profit. So I recommend, and you can have your own, if you want to do different cars, you can.
For all those that are watching right now and that don't kind of understand, I just want to because it's very easy for you to understand since you've been in the industry.
Yeah.
But what we mean by high volume cars, we pretty much just mean like high demand cars in our area. And this is solely dependent on maybe the area that you're in. So if you're more in the, south, right?
Yeah.
4x4s and trucks are super popular. Maybe not as popular as they might be in, what would that be, like New York, right?
Correct.
Something in that aspect. So in Arizona, high volume cars can easily be your Toyota Camrys, your Honda Civics, Honda Accords. You have an Infiniti G37, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I was like, well, depending on the dollar amount that we had to work with, I was like maybe a G35, right? Those are pretty high demand cars. But altogether, if we're trying to focus on reliability and ensuring that people are looking for those cars, I think if we stick to the Hondas and Toyotas, we should be golden with that.
Yeah. So I guess next step would literally just be finding a year model for each one and then a bracket of mileage that you want to stay within. You can't really go within like, I want 150,000. You need kind of a more of a bracket, so like within a 30,000 mile increment. So then you can filter out the searches a little better on Craigslist to understand what they're going for. And then we can, you know, determine what's a good deal based on either the next one or maybe there's one that pops up even today.
I hope that you guys enjoyed part one. So to do a very quick little recap, we had three main focuses today meeting up with Colton. Our first one is we wanted to determine what capital we had to work with. So we agreed that for his first investment, we wanted to focus on anywhere from around 1,000 to 1,500. The second thing is we wanted to ensure that we can focus on high demand cars, especially in our area. So we then, for part three, broke down a number of cars that he felt were high demand in the area. Then we ran through those options on Craigslist. After doing that breakdown, Colton determined that he felt most comfortable focusing on the Toyota cars because he felt those to be the most reliable. So because of that, all we focused on was a price range of what they were being sold for and the overall highs, therefore giving us a better understanding of what they're actually worth in our area and what we have to buy them for it to be worth it for him to make that investment decision. So for an example, we saw for a lot of the Toyota Corollas and Toyota Camrys to be selling more in the $2,000 to $2,500 range. So therefore, to make it worth his while, we need to make sure that we are able to negotiate down to around $1,500 to about maybe $1,650 based off of the listings that we saw to make sure that he has a decent margin of profit to be worth the investment decision. So again, this was part one. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, I would really appreciate the thumbs up. Huge shout out to Colton for meeting up with us. If you guys have not joined our free Facebook group and to stay up to date with the part 2 and part 3 series, make sure you click that first link down below. Join our free Facebook group. It's a car group for those that want to get started and learning how to find the best car deals in your area. I really do appreciate your guys' time. If you guys have any comments, comment those down below. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on the green now. Take it easy, team.